You'll be over.
Let's knock it out.
I'll start out. This is
It's a
obviously
period chair. It's actually from
Please don't.
over 100 years ago.
It was when Batman was around in the Elseworlds that chair was.
Yeah.
That was the original chair.
Right?
Period.
You've got a funny horizon going.
Yeah, I know.
You wanna-
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as an iconic character like Batman coming in and voicing that, what's that experience been like for you?
Well, it was tremendous fun. The first one I did, Under the Red Hood, was a violent introduction to playing this character.
That's a serious one, yeah.
That's really. I was stunned at how dark it was visually when I saw it finally. I wasn't ready for it. I just kind of really, and I haven't seen this. So I will. I'll have more answers later, more questions maybe. I don't know.
That was kind of a Joker look you just gave us.
Was it? Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Where's a pencil?
Would you consider playing a Joker?
I'd consider playing any of these characters, but I feel like I might be tied to Batman.
Something I'm curious about is that you've been Batman and Bruce Wayne in Gaslight, Young Justice, also Red Hood. Do you draw distinctions between how you see that character and how you perform him?
Well, it's in a strange way. It comes mostly out of what happened, like the first day I was in the studio. Who was conspiring to make it darker or more leathery or high or whatever. And I think Young Justice, I ended up kind of doing something. I can't really remember because I haven't done it for about a year, but it might have been down there.
So what's
Don't
the sort
fuck with me. So it kind of comes out of the just what happens instinctively what happens in the room.
So I guess piggybacking off of that last question, what's the tipping point between Batman and Victorian Batman? What makes Victorian Batman Victorian as opposed to the other iterations of Batman that you've
Underwear.
played? Like
There's much more
corset,
sophisticated
lace.
underwear now than there was in Victorian times.
Sock
So I was
garters.
careful to dress underneath it.
Oh, you
know
got
what I
your
mean.
corset going. I understand.
No, I don't want to talk about the corset in public. If that's okay.
Oh, we'll talk offline.
Yeah, we'll just talk offline. I'd rather that not be a public knowledge.
No, we're
But
not-
thanks for bringing it
don't
up.
put that
So let me say,
No, to seriously answer your question, what was it?
How does regular Batman become Victorian Batman? What spice?
I think it mostly has to do with the feel of the movie, right? And when Bruce is in the room with all the drawings, you can kind of get a feel for how dark it is. And with Under the Red Hood, I knew it was going to be violent, although I didn't know how violent. So you kind of, I guess I sort of naturally put a little more, I don't know, a little more teeth in it or something.
and I just want to say you're the best thing about the Golden Circle. So,
Thanks.
so I want to know how do you go from that to Batman, and is that like?
Well, the
how
Golden
do you
Circle thing was
go
just
from
like,
those two different-
well, I walked in and I said to the director, I said, well, I want to do like a Clinton thing, if that's all right. I would really love to do like a Clinton vibe. And he goes, no, don't do that. That's awful. What else you got? You can do a Southern accent. And I go, yeah, I can do a Southern accent. I can do that kind of thing. You want something like that? Or I can do something more straight. And so he just said, yeah, no, do the Southern accent. That'd be great. Yeah. And do something with your hair. So we puffed up my hair and I just chewed the scenery.
But how easy is it for you to just switch it off? Switch that off and go the Batman, who's a pretty.
Well,
dark.
it's not like there's, it's not like you step out from behind a door and do Batman and step out from behind it. There's a plane ride in a couple of weeks and, yeah.
But how do you deal with being a on-screen actor versus a voice actor? In other words, do you approach the two differently, and do you prefer one to the other?
Oh, yeah, for me, they're very different. I mean, in terms of, like, trying to understand the intention of a line and trying to be truthful, quote-unquote, within the intention of the line, those are the same. But you can do it all with a look when you're acting. And when you're voice acting, the look is up to somebody else. So you have to try and absorb what the writer is telling you, what the director is telling you about what the look is supposed to infer, and then do the best you can to match what they're telling you it's going to be like,
You've been doing Batman for close to 10 years now, lots of, you showed us that big box set, like one of the Comic-Cons of all the Warner Bros. DVDs, and you're in quite a few of them. So do you have a favorite moment as Batman that you've done or a favorite line?
Well, I think the weirdest moment was I just finished doing, I think, Under the Red Hood, and then I was doing some kind of Batman thing for Conan O'Brien. Wasn't there a Batman, kind of a Batman-y, a spoofy Batman character?
did the Flaming Sea.
Yeah, Flaming Sea,
Oh,
right?
right.
Because we did that at the same session. And I said to Bruce, I said, there was a scream, right? Kind of a comical scream, and I said to Bruce, let me try that one more time. I'll try that one more time. And I screamed, and I broke my throat.
Break your throat.
My cords just went pow, and like that. All of a sudden, like that. and I wasn't. And I mean, it was like a joke that I was. and everybody in the booth was going, "What? Don't stop kidding!" And I'm not kidding. And it took like 10 days. 10 days. And I'm driving home like, my voice back, nope. I get home and your wife's going, stop!
When you're a voice actor, that's the moneymaker, too.
Yeah, and I was really concerned that I'd actually, broken the internet kind of with the voice thing. But took a while. So.
Do you ever improv as Batman during a recording? Do you get to?
No.
They don't allow it, or you don't know? Makes sense, probably.
It's a written story, okay?
So you never go, Batman would say this.
I think the next thing you would hear was, we're done. Bye-bye.
So what would you say would be your favorite project?
You're getting a great shot at me there, aren't you?
I get the good side.
The back of his head.
Out of all the Batman roles you portrayed, which one was your favorite, your most favorite project?
I had a great time doing this one, but I haven't seen it yet. So
this is gonna be a
my
revelation.
my stomach's in a bit of a knot right now because it was a while ago. So I don't know. Ask me the question later.
Absolutely.
But you haven't seen it, but you had some idea.
Well, I have some. I don't have as good an idea as you might imagine because the animation becomes a whole thing you can't anticipate when you're just seeing it on a still, unmoving page, right? And there's no sound or anything. You're just screaming into an empty mic, and the other voice actors are not there with you, and so it's a very kind of disembodied process. So in terms of what to expect, my expectation. I mean, I don't know what to expect.
How long between the recording session and the premiere usually elapses?
I can't even tell you when I did this. I have no idea. It was over a year ago.
Okay, so wow.
At least I haven't got a clue.
Have you recorded any more Batman stuff that we don't know about yet? That might come out in the year.
Like an answering machine.
Those NDAs,
I'm sorry, what?
Those NDAs are null and
There's
void.
an
You can
NDA.
tell us.
Yes, of course.
That leads into my question, which is Batman's a very serious character. This is a fairly serious movie. You clearly got a great sense of humor. So were you able to bring that in at all, even though it's a fairly serious aspect?
Only when it's appropriate, and most times with Batman, it's not as sardonic as some of his utterances might be. Funny they ain't.
Would you enjoy it if they did if you got to be
Batman the comedy?
Lego Batman. There you go. You could be Lego Batman.
Yeah, sure, of course, yeah, of course. I think that'd be fun.
Well, to piggyback off of his question, if you can't tell us about Batman,
I haven't done anything else.
that
I can tell you.
Tell us about any upcoming Batman games.
No, I can't.
That's it. Yeah.
No, I can't.
Are you in? What about the first season of Young Justice? Have they asked you to come back?
Yeah, they have, and I'm trying to get back to do the recording. We have to try and finish it at the end of January, but I'm doing this gig in Atlanta, and I've been there since August. So we're trying to find a way for me to race back and do those episodes.
Okay.
So there was a big brouhaha when you first took over as the voice of Batman from Kevin Conroy. Hey,
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm not into the fandom as much as that deep, but has that calmed down? And what was that like for you?
Well, it was a little weird because I didn't realize that didn't realize how hallowed the territory was, first of all, and how loved Kevin is, right? And I just wasn't that familiar with it, so I was kind of like, wow, sorry, didn't mean to, but I think sometimes they'll choose me and sometimes they'll choose Kevin. I think they probably more often choose Kevin. I think he's sort of considered the high watermark for Batman.
But you now earned your place.
I would love to see.
Well, I don't get kicked off out of the room anymore, but I'm happy to keep talking.
I'm going to move you to the other table. Then you can
Okay.
do more talking there.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
your
Loud
time.
enough for us
All
to
right.
hear them.
All right. Sure. Okay.
Love to see
So-
a video of.
Where have I read your work before? Where have I seen your work? You must have interviewed me about 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, you were in a little basket. How old are you?
He liked you in Golden Circle, though.
Oh, did you? That was
He
fun.
wanted to vote for you.
Yeah, shebang.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'd love to see a video of him and Kevin Conroy playing Marco Polo.
Oh, man.